friends. Let's do some Pilates this morning. All right, try to get this hot mess hair out of my face. We're also gonna do some rolling at the end, and I have like just a few minutes to do this because I have to go home to the puppy dog. We have some people coming to do some work at the house today, and our Bichon is probably going to try to attack them. So I definitely want to get to some rolling on the neck at the end of our series. We're going to do leg pulls. So if you haven't done anything today at all, just sort of mark through this with me. If you've already been doing a little bit of movement, I've already had a couple of private lessons this morning, so I'm pretty warm. But we are going to be using the shoulders a lot. If you want to just get into plank real quick and hold your plank for about a minute or so. But I'll review, so you can be in plank while I talk. I'm going to review some of the stuff we're going to do. Remember in Pilates that we're trying to work the torso, the whole thing. So not just abs or six pack, it's not about that. It's about having a strong back to support you as you grow older and you need more support through the back. If you're having some lower back pain, then strengthening the side abdominals, the obliques through here, can be very helpful in helping you stay upright. We will also, oh, there's my clip. We also would like to try to stay very open through the chest, because sometimes we find ourselves, especially if we're at a computer or working at a desk or driving, we end up here and we don't want to end up there. We want to be here. So we're going to stay very open through the heart. We're going to start with the leg pull front, and we're doing this because the front of the body is going to be facing the mat, so we call it front. Actually going to turn this way. I think that'd give the best view. So you want to be in your plank. You'll start in your all fours. And remember that we are not using just the heel of the hand, we're using the whole hand. So your fingertips need to be very wide, think jazz hands, okay? And we want to be using the fingertips into the floor. We want to have our belly pulled in. So we're very, very engaged in the spine. That's not attractive, but I want you to be able to see that the belly is pulled in. From here, we're just going to keep the head and the shoulders planted wide. So think very broad. We want the neck and the head to reach forward. Our focus is at our mat. We're going to maintain the belly to the core, and we're going to not use the hips at all as we extend the legs out. Engage and lock the torso, but the legs are free. So we're going to take a breath, and we're going to lift away with the stretched foot, the right foot as it comes up. On the exhale, we're going to flex and pull it back down. Then the left, breathe it up. Exhale down, trying to keep the hips in line. Breathe up. Exhale down. Breathe. Now we're using our belly to make this happen. Push your belly and extend it back down. And breathe up and down. Soften the knees. Stretch into your child's pose. Now you might possibly come into some fatigue in your shoulders and wrists and hands. And that's when you need to stop. This is not about. Obviously we would like to strengthen them, and they will become a little more accustomed to holding us up. But all we did was 3 sets. That's all we needed to do for right now, because we're trying to work our core. We're not terribly concerned about just holding plank right now. What we were trying to do was maintain the position, engage the abdominals in order to lift the foot. So we weren't here and lifting our foot up, because it's not a glute exercise. The glutes are working, the hamstrings are working, the quads are working. But our intention here today is to strengthen the core. So when it becomes about the hands and wrist, when it becomes about the shoulders, when it becomes about the glutes, then just back off and let's move on. So we can come back to that if we want to. We're going to go ahead to back leg pull. So we're going to take our fingertips towards our hips, and we're going to begin in a table position. So we're extended here, and our arms, our hips are lifted, and we're going to let the legs come away. This one's a little harder, okay? So we're going to let our neck be long and not be crunched up here. And we're going to breathe up exhale down. Breathe up, exhale down. Use the belly, breathe up, exhale down, and breathe, and down. Keep the hips lifted, breathe up, and down, and up, and down. Fold it back into your table, and lower down. The belly button, can you see that? Pushes down. That's how we get there. Let's take an arm stretch. We're definitely warming up our shoulders, for sure. And just let that feel good. If you want to do a little something extra for your shoulders here, engage, push down hard here, open, push down. And just give into that twist. Same thing, push. We're going to move right on into some single leg circles. So we're going to go all the way down. We're going to get there one vertebra at a time. Holding onto the back of the legs, we're going to sit up tall with our breath. On our exhale, our belly button is going to push back. We did not drop by using our back ribs. We're going to engage the center of the body, which is right above the belly button. Pull it. Force the body off the sits bones. Push. Don't recline and relax into. Push into that spine all the way down. We're going to extend the left leg straight out. Hands are down on the floor because we're going to use our hands a little bit here. And we're going to take that right foot up. I was really chilly this morning, so I had to wear my little leg warmers. All right, so we're up and we're going to point our toe, and we're going to make a tiny little circle. Little bitty circle. Just feel that. And also feel your leg being really long, like someone's just pulling it. The Lord is in the sky pulling your toe to him. He likes Pilates. He wants us to be healthy. Now the main thing here is we want to keep the belly pushed down. All the spine is on the floor. So we're not going to be here. Can you see that? We're not doing that. We're pushed down. And if you need to place your hands here for that, that's fine. But placing them here is going to give you a little bit more help in the beginning. Eventually we won't need our hands at all. So here we are, and we're going to start to make our circle a little bigger. And as we go out to the side, we're going to notice that this hip wants to come up. We're not going to allow that to happen. That's where the core work comes into play. This is working very low in the core, and we're really still extended. How high can you make that toe go towards the ceiling? We're going to reverse. And big circle, or medium-sized circle. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Make it little bitty, little bitty, little bitty. Bring it to your chest, stretch. Now, we didn't get really big with those leg circles, but as we get into this exercise and start to practice it, we can make them a lot bigger, and it's going to give us more work because it's harder to keep the hips on the floor. We're going to change it out. Take this one up. Let it extend. Keep the hips down. Little bitty circles. Rotating to the outside. Breathing big. Focus on keeping that lower back pushed down to the floor. We'll start to make those circles a little bigger. And that circle is a circle. It's not the letter D. That's another exercise that we might do later. So make it kind of a medium-sized circle. Oh, the size of a medium pizza, I guess. I mean, I don't really know what a medium pizza looks like because I don't eat pizza at all. I'm just kidding. I do. I love pizza, cheese pizza. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. But not pepperoni. I do not like pepperoni. Squeeze and stretch. Roll that foot around. So let's just take a look at what a large leg circle would look like. Okay, so we're going to take it up, and we're going to go way away, pull, way down, way across. Now what about this one? It has to stay down. Ooh. And we're going to reverse. Breathe. Exhale. Bring it down. Other side. So you can really feel there's a lot more work, especially for me, there's a lot of work in the back. So here we are. We're going to take it way out. Keep that right hip down. Bring it around. Ooh, some stretching right there too. Let's reverse it. Push that belly down. Exhale. And down. Bring both knees in. Very nice. Real quick, let's get on to some side kick. So we're just going to roll right over. Now there's some choices that you can make here. I'm not a fan of this position because we always end up here, and this is not where you want to be. I prefer to have, in my teaching, in my classes, I teach us to be flat. But it's your option. If you want to be wrong, you just go on and do that. I'm just kidding. If it feels right, you can do it. Now, we're going to fold this hand under. And if you have a yoga block and you would like to put a block here for your head, that's fine, especially if you have a headache and you don't want to go under. But I'm just going to use my arm. So I'm going to be flat here. And you want to try to keep, can you see that? That space. So we're not going to let the bottom rib fall to the floor. We're going to keep it picked up. And we're going to bend the leg on the bottom. That's our kickstand. If you need a little more extra cushion on your hip, then just fold your mat in half if you want to. We want to keep this hip stacked on top of this one, okay? I'm having some issues with this shoulder, so forgive me as I scoot around a little bit. And we want to keep, if we were standing up, where would we be? We would be here. This leg wouldn't be here. We would be standing like this, right? So this leg is going to be out under us as if it were standing. So we're not here. We're here. We're going to keep it there. This hand is here for balance, and if we need to use it in the floor, we can. But try to make all of this movement all about the core. The foot is flexed as we go forward and pull back. Actually stretch it forward. It feels better. And flex back. I think I said that wrong. Breathe in for 2, exhale back. And we're not really going back. We're coming into standing position. So kick it forward, bring it back to standing, kick it forward, and stand. These are 2 movements. Breathe, breathe, exhale, exhale, breathe, breathe. Now from here, we're going to flex back for 2, bring it into a stretched foot to standing. So now it would be like if you jumped in the air and pointed your toe. Flex back and extend. Back and extend. So we're working our core, but you feel some other stuff working in there too? Yeah. All the stuff that gets stuck when you put on your blue jeans, right? Push back. Nice. From here, we're going to turn that knee to the sky and extend the bottom leg. Okay, so if we were in ballet class, we would call this passe. We're still lifted right here, have that little space, so this hand is here. And we're going to take that leg up and flex, pull it down. Keep your hips stacked up. Bring it in. Breathe. Exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Once more, breathe it in. And exhale. We're going to go to the other side. You can just roll right over. Or, if you're making a video and you don't want your friends to see your backside, you can just come right over here. Fold yourself into position, decide how you're going to be. Lift that off the mat. Roll that away a little bit. Scooch. Hang on, I've got my greens over here. If you're not on greens yet, you need to let me know. They are delicious and they make you healthy, healthy, healthy. All right, so we're under here. We're going to fold this one on the bottom. Hand is here. And we're going to go front for the breath. Exhale to the center. Breathe and push. Use the belly. Stack the hips. Keep that belly button pulled into your core. Once more, breathe and exhale. Now we're going to reverse it. Take it back for 2 on the breath and forward. And back, back, and front, front. Breathe and exhale. And breathe, use your belly. Make this happen through the belly. I forgot to count, I have no idea where we are. Stretch it out, but do like 3, 5, 8, 12, whatever you like. So from here, we're gonna breathe it up. Exhale, stack those hips. Breathe Exhale. Breathe. Exhale. Don't let your lower back, your obliques touch the mat. And down. Let's do that again because it just feels good, doesn't it? And, that's so nice. Very good. Bring it in. Let's do a quick little stretch. Then we're going to roll our neck. Fold one leg under the bottom. And you want this heel to be far enough away that your booty bone, your sits bone, can get down on the ground. This one can just be folded here. Or if your hips are okay with it, you can bring them around and stack two knees on top of each other and stretch forward. And we're not stretching down, forward. Reach, reach, reach to the front. Fingertips are here. Reach, reach, reach. Hips on the floor. Bring it around. Kick it out. And bring this one under. Both bones are on the floor. We call this cow face pose. I don't think my hips are going to let me do this side this morning. I'm having some issues. But if my knees were stacked up, they would kind of look like a cow face. I guess that's why they call it that, huh? And forward. Breathe. Stretch. Bring it around. Nice. We're going to roll the neck. Let me grab this roller over here. If you have a roller at home. If you do not have one of these, please get one. I cannot tell you how amazing they are. For time's sake, I'm not going to go through a quad roll right now, but we need one right now. We also need one through the glutes. But we're going to go ahead and talk about rolling the neck. And I think this is going to be the best position for me to show you this. If you have long hair or a baggy shirt, it's probably going to get caught under the roller at some point from what we're doing today. So go ahead and take care of that. When you come to the roller, if you just lay on it like you're just reclining, don't fall asleep because this is super comfortable, right? We don't really want to be looking there. We want to be forced to look up there with our natural eye without having to roll the eyes around. So we're going to walk ourselves back a little bit, squiggle. That's a very official fitness word, by the way, squiggle. Remember that one. Shoulders are going to be off the ground. Feet are on the floor, and we're using our feet more than we are our glutes with any of these exercises that we're about to do. We're going to roll those shoulders back, let the palms be up, all right? So the chest is open. Think of the shoulders as being heavy. Think of me standing behind you and gently pulling, or anybody, whoever you want, I was just saying me because I'm here, gently pulling your shoulders back a little. Just a little, very gentle, back. Now think of those shoulders being really heavy and that they're being continually pulled to the floor. The same thing with your belly. It's being pulled into the spine. However, we're planked. So we're not dropping down, but we're also not pooching out. We want to stay connected through here. All of this is strong. Force the back of your head into the mat and give a wiggle, side to side, just roll. Now you can always come back and do more of these. For time's sake, I'm just going to move on and continue to talk about some of the things we're doing here. Push the back of the neck. Now you have to be very mind-body connected here. You can't just be like, oh, push down. No, no, no. Get in your mind, get in your head, and see in your mind's eye, see those few little vertebrae in the back of your neck. Press them into the roller. Allow the top of your head to be free. Let them roll. Now I want you to look up and over, like if someone called your name, you're going to be like, yeah, did you call me? Hey, what's up? I go to the other side, pushing those vertebrae. Hey, what's up over there? How you doing? Now we're going to do that again. So we're going to get up here. Now take your chin toward the roller. Bring it back to the middle. If at any point you feel spasm or pain, stop. General rule of life, if it hurts, don't do it, okay? If it's uncomfortable, then you have to make that decision. Does it hurt, or do I just need to do it another time? Look back over your shoulder, take your chin towards the roller. It might not move but ½ an inch. Bring it back to the middle, roll it out. Let everything round, come on in. Give yourself this little roll right here. If you have tennis balls, and y'all, I get all this stuff at Walmart because I love Walmart. And I like to go late at night when there's stock and everything, and you can't get around anywhere. Just kidding, I don't really like that. I end up being there. All right, feet are on the floor firm so that you can manipulate the rising of the hip with your feet and not your glutes. The tennis balls are going to go right under your shoulder. Now, they have to be far enough down that when you lie on the floor like this, they don't pop out. So you want them as high as they can be without popping out. And if you're on a yoga mat, you're going to have a little bit of resistance there, so it's helpful. So be here, and if you want to kind of go a little side to side, I'm trying to exaggerate the movement so you can see it, but it doesn't need to be very big. All right, then from there, we're going to use the feet, lift the hips, roll an inch, and down. Now, this is a very much hurts so good situation. So it might be a little breathtaking. Just take the breath, roll. And if that's good, if that's as far as you want to go, that's fine. You can keep going all the way down, resting and relaxing into the tennis balls. I know you're not thinking resting and relaxing right now, but trust me, as you get into this, you'll enjoy it. If you can, also, you don't want to go past the shoulder blade. This isn't something you would do into the ribs, okay? So just be here. When you get to the bottom of the shoulder blade, if you can stand it and your body says it's okay, just continue that forward and backward roll until you get into the place that you're satisfied with that. Come out and roll. That should feel better. Maybe it's not amazing yet, but maybe you need to do it again. And maybe as you were rolling, you were thinking, oh, that's the spot. Then just stay there for a minute. Take a twist. Now remember, if you're expecting a baby, I should have said this in the beginning of the video. We don't twist. And there's a lot of that Pilates we don't do. All the side leg stuff you can do if you're expecting. And the leg pulls you can do. You could do the leg pull back. You can do the leg pull front too. But you know, as always, just check with your doctor. And that's all we're going to put on our video today. I hope that helped you with your neck. If you need to get these tennis balls a little higher, your head kind of gets in the way. But what you can do is place them on a yoga block. Or, I mean, you could place them on a pillow, but they're just going to sink. So if you have a yoga block or, I don't know, roll up your mat or something, make it flat. So whatever you can do to make this higher. I don't have a block over here with me, but I wonder, because you get a crick in the neck and you're done for the day. It's like everything, you just get in a bad mood. That's not quite high enough, but you can stack on long ways. That feels good. And if you can get them up off the floor under you, you could get into the back of the neck that way too. And then there's always chiropractic if you're into that, massage therapy, and myofascial release. There's a lot of stuff you can do. So I think we're going to go ahead and finish up because I have to go home to that puppy and finish up my greens this morning. It's almost time for a shake. Ooh, ooh. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. You know that we will do videos for you, so email me at starsinmotion@yahoo.com or message me on Facebook, however you want to reach me. We're on Instagram and I don't know. I think that's all of our social medias. But you can also look at our website, starsinmotion.com. And we would love to have you in a class sometime. So join us if you're ever in the area, Hernando or South Haven, Mississippi. And we will see you then. Y'all have a great rest of the day and a good week.